Hello, hello everyone from on the air. I'm Roy Ong. I will be the moderator for the session today. So this is the session number 9 of our SME eFair for today. So this is the first ever SME eFair online that thank you for supporting. And we still have a lineup of a series of speakers to share with you about the industry from their different angle. So today the topic of a session is how the e-commerce can be an effective additional sales channel for your businesses. So if you are the SME business owner, this will be the topic for you, and especially the topic itself during this critical period of time. And in today's world, there is no doubt that the e-commerce is one of the best way to help the SME to regain and upgrade the businesses. But not only that, but the e-commerce is expecting to grow at a great pace nowadays. I think all of you sure that more and more people will want to actually goes online to purchase their items or use the services online. And it is actually important for the SME to learn about the e-commerce. If you are still not digitalize your business yet, or still not go to the e-commerce yet, maybe you have to embrace this new normal, because after the COVID-19, you'll see that more and more people, even your supplier or your partners, they are actually going towards this direction. So it's an inevitable topic that we want to discuss today. So venturing into the e-commerce at the same time can help the SME to expand their business globally and allow them to explore into the new facets of the businesses. So today we are very fortunate to have two qualified speakers to share with you about this area. Okay, for the first speakers today that we are having in this webinar today is Mr. Song. So Mr. Song is the director of e-commerce for the MDEC. He leads the e-commerce division in the MDEC, where he is entrusted to further galvanize the e-commerce as a key driver to accelerate the growth of a Malaysia digital economy. And prior to joining the MDEC, he already have several roles in leading the digital businesses of SME in the logistic and in the digital marketing and advertising industry. So also a little bit of introduction for MDEC. That is a lead agency to implement the MSC status MSC Malaysia initiative since 1996, which is already more than 25 years. And on the other hand, we also have another speakers online. Together with us is Mr. Vickson Tan. He is a senior VP of marketing for the Exabytes. So Mr. Vickson is an experienced graphic. Is it okay? Online just now I hear something. Okay.
Oh, I just say hi to everyone. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Sorry. Okay. So Vickson is an experienced graphic web designer and a passionate digital marketing strategist with demonstrated history of working with Exabytes. And Exabytes itself, I think, is no strangers to the e-commerce industry. I think everyone knows them. Backed by the 18 years of a solid experience, Exabytes already empowered more than 140,000 worldwide clients, from individual, small and medium-sized businesses to the government and a public listed company. So enough of introduction. Now let us start to discuss and talk about the topic for today. So I would like to first invite Mr. Song to share with us on your opinion, maybe a brief 5 minutes to start with the topic of the discussion is how the e-commerce can be effective on the sales channel for the businesses, for the SME in the market.
Yeah, so thank you, Roy, for the introductions. Yeah, can you hear me well, right? I suppose,
yes.
Right? Okay.
Yes, well. So,
yeah, e-commerce, I think, has been a hot topic.
Yes.
And then thanks to COVID, and then we've been, suddenly there's an interest of so many businesses want to go into e-commerce. And in MDEC, we have been promoting to SME, micro and SME, to go into e-commerce even before COVID. But at that time, the interest is not as intense as current. So suddenly with COVID, everyone is rushing in and say that I want to get into e-commerce. Later, I'll share a little bit more why this happened. So I think the importance of e-commerce, the awareness of e-commerce, I think thanks to COVID is already there. We don't have to tell how important, but now it's talk about how. And later on, I'm going to share with you how the government's initiative is going to help you to go into e-commerce easier. So that is the areas I'm going to focus on. And just now, Roy mentioned to me, as you mentioned about, so I'm the director of e-commerce. It doesn't mean I know how to do e-commerce, selling on e-commerce. But for one thing, I know how to shop on e-commerce, and I shop a lot on e-commerce. And that's very important, especially business owner out there. You must know how to buy on e-commerce before you talk about selling. If you don't believe in buying on e-commerce, forget about selling on e-commerce because you don't understand. So the first step as a business owner, first thing you need to do is go and buy something on e-commerce. Then you experience and go and return something on e-commerce. Then you know the process. So it's very important you yourself don't just come and listen to all this presentation. You must take action. At least go and buy something on e-commerce and return something. Yeah. So that is my intro, but later on I'm going to share a bit more. So,
okay, thank you, Mr. Song. So this is to encourage people to support the digital e-commerce and at the moment. I believe that we really need to put ourselves into the shoe of the consumer, especially during this time of a period. And let us invite Mr. Vickson to actually share with us about your point of view.
Okay, in terms of the e-commerce, I totally agree with Mr. Song just now what he mentioned about the e-commerce area. So currently we see the boom in terms of during COVID because of everyone is hiding at home. They cannot go out home, so they have to be. I mean, they're forced to be like using the things that on your palm to order. So everything has to be from here. So basically, if those that previously they are not setting up their online business, so probably they might have trouble. They might have trouble to entertainment to sell that products to their customers or even to their neighbor. So what I'm hearing from our experience is even you are staying just near with the hardware shop that you previously always go and buy it, but nowadays if you are locked down, you cannot go out, so you don't even able to touch them. So what is the best way is actually e-commerce. So if on that time that hardware shop is already set up, then probably you are the one of the online buyer for them again, instead of just go to their shop, physically. So basically, I would say that be prepared because we have no idea when it will be happens again. So what I would say is make sure that if your business is available right now that able to make it online, what I would say is everything can be online because even myself having my experience, I bring my mom's Nyonya Kueh actually selling online. That's true story. So which is what I would say is there's nothing impossible, but as long as you have the guts to make it happen. So what I would say is try yourself to make it happen. Don't because of people saying that online is like you do it, but maybe you need to do more things. But the thing is, you never try, you never know. So basically, if you like to handle these situations well, I would say that go ahead and try it out, even no matter what kind of a way. So Exabytes is actually helping those SMEs that moving forward from offline to online, they are keen to like make it online, everything's from their shop. They want to test it out. So Exabytes is providing that kind of services to help them and providing some consultations. And even we provide a lot of like webinars about about e-commerce, about how we can actually help, because all the while Exabytes is using websites to generate our sales. So basically hosting, you have to order online. So we are having the whole experience of how actually this gonna work. So we share this out to everyone, and we help everyone that keen to be going online with our with our own experience and so on.
Okay, thank you, Vickson, for the introduction. Starts for the topic today, and just now Vickson got mentioned about one of story is that even the people selling the Nyonya Kueh, your mom, is actually going online. So I see that even I believe that every one of us, you notice that our neighborhood, there is some home player or the homemade business owner they actually starts to embrace this kind of a technology. Even some of them actually they know nothing, but they ask for the help from their son or their daughter to actually help them to set up the online store. And
Exactly.
for myself, also I actually do a lot of purchases nowadays after MCO. Before that, I really rarely actually do this. But after the MCO, it becomes my habit. So I believe that this is a really a tremendous change in the habits of people, player in the market. So Mr. Song, just now I know that you also have some sharing, you have some presentation would like to share with our audience online. So maybe you can share with us.
Yeah,
Over to you.
so I have my screen. So yes, so so can you see my screen now?
Yes,
Yep.
opening up.
It's loading.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So today's topic is about how e-commerce can be an effective additional sales channel for your businesses. So I want to go very detailed on this particular topic itself. So when we talk about effective additional sales channel, when we say effective, that means an additional channel for you to reach and serve your customers. So especially for retail, now that you cannot have physical contact or physical what they call that present with your customers, so you must find an additional way or new way to reach out to your customers and then serve them. Serve them in this case, address their needs through the new channel, and we talk about commerce. Why we want to do that is because of COVID. Even before COVID, the consumer is start migrating. It just COVID has expedite the whole process of consumer migration. That means more and more consumer are going from offline to online. Maybe the senior citizens are still on offline, but then the most of the young consumer, they are already online. And the Z generations, when they are born, they're young, they're already online by what you call by nature. So they already buying things online. So for us who are a little bit more seniors, we started to, because of COVID, we started to use more and more e-commerce to do our daily purchase. Like what do you call that? We have mentioned just now, COVID, you are locked down, you cannot go to the shops. And now we have no choice but to purchase all our goods, essential and non-essential, online. So the reason why we have to find a new channel is simply because the consumer have migrated. And if your consumer have migrated, your customer have migrated, and you do not do anything, you will be left behind with no customers or less customers, right? So when we say that offline to online migration, what will happen to your business? What are the things you need to do? You still need to do pretty much the same thing, but in a new way. For example, you still need to create awareness. For example, if you are retail businesses, you still have a retail shops, and you used to have, maybe you hope your retail shop is at the what you call a shopping complex. The shopping complex do the job of bringing the customers to your store. But now you go online, when you want to sell online, the awareness have to either create by yourself or you participate in the e-marketplace. The e-marketplace bring buyers to you. And if you need to do it yourself, you need to attract new what you call buyers to your e-store. Then you need to do digital marketing. So that is creating awareness. Then the next step is about consideration. Meaning is that when somebody come into your store, physical store, and then you need to say that what do you need? Are you going for? You are looking for something, and then how can I help you? Kind of thing. So, but online you still need to do the same similar thing, but in a different way. New tools you need to, like for example, the chatbot, and you have to have things like review to influence the purchase. So the next step is about purchase, payment, and all that. So you need to have different way. You in the physical store, probably you have the point of sales there, and then you collect money, and then you know. But online, you have to rely on the payment gateway or FBX or other what they call payment options. So very much same process, but in the new tools or new way of doing it. Delivery, so customer used to come to your shop to buy, and then they pick up the things. But now with the e-commerce, you need to do delivery yourself to find out, or you engage somebody to do the delivery to you, for you. That poses another problem. For example, then doing the delivery, you do not know whether the customer is there, or a new set of issue or problem will arise, and you as an owner, you need to face and overcome this issue. Of course, then it's about retention and advocacy. That means how to make sure the customer can continuously come to buy from you. So pretty much online and offline is the same process, but for online, you need to rely on different tools and different partners to to help you to do this. Speaking of partners, in Malaysia, e-commerce ecosystem is very, very rich. We have people like Exabytes to help you, but more than that, we have others as well. For example, you have marketplace for the B2C, you have B2B, you have, if you want to build your own website, you have from Shopify, you have, eLoca, you have all WooCommerce, all kind of, e-commerce template-based, tools for you to build your e-commerce website. So you have trainings, you have cashback, you have social media, you have payment wallet. So our e-commerce ecosystem in Malaysia is very rich. You don't have to do everything yourself. You can rely on some of the delivery service or what are the service provider out there to help you to do this. And I encourage you to do so, because in this e-commerce, process, some of the processes are quite complex, and you need to learn from this service provider. So if you want to do it everything by yourself, you can. If you have the volume and you have the other resources, especially human resources, right? So that then I say that the process, and then the good thing is there is ecosystem out there, service provider out there to help you to do so. So you don't have to do everything yourself, but you must know what are the things that involve when you talk about e-commerce, right? So the question a lot of people ask is that, hey, is my business suitable for e-commerce or not? I think pretty much now, most of the people understand that that almost everything can sell online. Almost everything can sell online. But for those of you who have still skeptical, is that whether my business, can go online and sell online, I would like to share some of the things that is not so common, and then you figure out yourself whether your business is suitable to go online or not. But these are the current trend, 2020 trend. This is happening in overseas, and pretty soon it will come to Malaysia as well. Wholesaler in overseas, they are going online as well, especially in the advanced country. When I say advanced country, I'm talking about e-commerce, the advanced in e-commerce, the likes of China. So wholesaler, they are going online already. So meaning is that, for example, this one pretty much the B2B, right? So for example, in China, there is this website called 1688 for some time already. So what happened is that the smaller, the offline people, the mom and pop, they go to this website to buy things, and then they sell online, sell offline. There are some small B2C online fellas, they go to the website, like the wholesaler website, to buy product, and then they sell online as well. So the B2B to C. So it's happening overseas, and I believe it will be happening in Malaysia if it's not already. So the next one is, well, we talk about furniture selling online. Yeah, but this now we're talking about furniture rental online. So if you can rent a car online, you can rent a room online like Airbnb, why can't you rent furniture online? And this is happening in overseas. So you are in this business, don't just look at, in Malaysia alone. You have to look at other countries, what is happening, because within a year or less, it will happen in Malaysia as well. So you need to be very alert what is going on, especially for your industry, and then you learn from there, and then you implement locally. Art is another area that many people think that, hey, arts sell online can. Well, it's happening overseas. So art may not be the what they call the high end, those Picasso and all that, but more like, for example, arts like, for example, photography or those kind of arts work and things like that, that now more and more people are going online to sell. The reason why is, in this particular example of arts, if you want to sell, if you want to sell within Kuala Lumpur, maybe the market is very small. But if you want to sell the whole country or even the Southeast Asia or the whole world, it's going to be very expensive. But the e-commerce, it helps you to reach the bigger market. So for a small, what they call small, in this case, market size within Malaysia, then you can make use of e-commerce to reach a bigger audience. So arts is one of them. Real estate, I think in Malaysia also happening already. The likes of iProperty and things like that, those people are pretty much advertising, but moving forward, more and more they're selling it online. You already see some technology where people, they can virtually tour the property and all that. So very soon, you can even buy online this property. Well, I know that the local marketplace, you can buy cars already. So and more of you can buy cars online. And normally you buy car online, they have some attraction like deals and all that, right? So that is real estate. So building material, this is another areas that I think most people thought that it's not possible, but it's happening overseas. I know in Thailand, there's one website is very interesting because they solve all the problem of construction industry, including buying building materials. So it's happening already. So those people out there, if you look at these 5 industries, that sample of 5 industries, that I think is going to happen in Malaysia. So now for you, the question to you, the audience out there or listener out there, you think about for yourself, your industry, I think is definitely possible to go online and sell online. What industry, you may ask, who is not going online? I think it's not so much on the industry. It's probably your business. You think that you do not want to continue business anymore. You want to close down because COVID too difficult, so I close down business. Then probably you don't need to go online because everyone else in terms of customers, your clients are all going online. So it's a matter of survival. You have to go online, right? So I think all the possibility is there, right? So you go online. So next, the good news is from the government side. Yeah, so the government are also coming out to help. I believe by now you heard about this PENJANA campaign that we have. Specifically, I want to talk about these 2 campaigns. It's called PENJANA e-commerce campaign or initiative. There's 2 of them. One is micro and SME e-commerce campaign. The second one is Shop Malaysia online campaign. So what is these 2 campaigns? Pretty much the first campaign, micro and SME, is to help the SME or the micro to come online to sell easier. For example, you go on, if you are a restaurant owner and you want to participate in Foodpanda or Grab, now is a very good opportunities because we make it easy for you and less cost for you because there are some of the sales and support, training and all that are all heavily subsidized. If it's not free, some of them are heavily subsidized. This is a golden opportunity for you to go online and sell. That is getting the SME micro to go online and sell. We have a lot of varieties for you. When I say varieties, is if you go online and search, later on I'll give you the link, and search what are the possibility you can, it pretty much cater for all the industry out there. If you are micro, if you are restaurant, if you are even like hardware shops and all kind of industry, we have different platform players to help you, right? So that is on the getting you to sell online. Later on, I'll share a link for you. Then the second one is the Shop Malaysia online campaign. Shop Malaysia online campaign is to drive buyers. So getting you online to sell. The other things the government is doing is generate demand, giving vouchers to your consumer. So again, it's a co-funding between us in this case, government and the platform players, both coming together to help to revive the economy by driving demands, in this case, for online purchase. So that is Shop Malaysia Online. Shop Malaysia Online just started. There is more than 1 million coupon or vouchers has been utilized within the first week of August alone. So there will be more coming until end of September. So talk about micro SME e-commerce campaign, which I think is very relevant to the businesses out there. If you look at the right hand side, That is the PENJANA participating partners. You can see Boost is there, Carousel, Confirm Plus Shop is a new one. Go and check it out. Deliver It, eLocal, eRoman, Fashion Village, and the whole lot of it until Zarora. You see the 20 of them. There's something for everyone. So the objective is to make sure it's easy for the micro and SME to come online, right? So then there is the duration. In this case, this campaign start actually last month, end of June, July, started July until September itself, right? So who are the target audience? If you are SME, if you are rural entrepreneurs, you are suburban entrepreneur, you're B40 woman entrepreneurs, or we cater for all. Whether you are registered business or non-registered business, you still can participate. That is a good thing. So what are the things we can help you? For example, number 5, we talk about generic offering provided by the partners. In this case, a partner co-funded by the government. So you have trainings. You have helped you to go on product listing, photo shoot, some of them. If you need photo shoot, there is some platform give you vouchers for you to engage photo shoot facility service, and order management, warehouse and stock management, things like that is all available there. So then even a lot of them are offering, helping you to do logistic and delivery as well. So this is some of the goodies and that they are offering. So go to the website to see what are the campaigns, what are the offering out there. So so in this case, we are working together with the partners, platform partners. Important thing is to improve your sales productivities, because not only train you, but we have seller subsidies, we have sales support to help you. So there is more than now currently that we have about 20 partners that are able to help you, right? So this is the website, microsite. You can scan this QR code and it will take you to the PENJANA microsite where you can select which are the platform. You can scroll through all the platform players and see which is suitable for you. What are the offer they provide to you. They can give you. So the link I just now have shared with the host just now. Hopefully they will publish it and show it to everyone who are tuning in right now. Otherwise, you can look at the screen right now. Our website, the microsite for this is www.go-e-commerce.my/PENJANA/MSME-e-commerce. But if you can also scan the QR code, I'm quite sure all of you have the know how to scan the QR code by now, because everywhere you need to go now, you have to scan QR code. So go online and find out more. Please go online and at least if you don't sell, go online and buy and experience it. Then you are convinced. So I think that's all I want to share with you. I give it back to the host.
All right, thank you, Mr. Song, for the insightful sharing. I have to give the compliment to MDEC because I see that there is a lot of effort to putting into this area. Like just now you mentioned about the PENJANA e-commerce initiative, and also the website just now, the Go Commerce website, which actually I personally also go into it before to actually check out what's the information in it. So I'm really pretty impressed of the efforts you all put in on helping the SME in the market to grow their business. And now we have our next speaker, Mr. Vickson, also to share with us about your point of view on this topic. So over to you, Mr. Vickson.
Basically, thank you, Mr. Song, just now sharing about Go e-commerce, right? So basically, Exabytes is one of the partners under Touch and Go. So when you go to the Go e-commerce, right? So when you click on the Touch and Go offer, right, you can see Exabytes logos there, because we are partnership with Touch and Go to provide actually our e-commerce platform for SMEs to go online, which is FOC. So that platform is actually including that you can build it DIY yourself, set up your e-commerce platform, and we are integrated with IP88 together for the Touch and Go e-wallet. So basically, you are all done. Just need to upload your products and set up your front end of your e-commerce, and then basically you can go online. All right. So I would like to share a little bit about digital marketing, since Mr. Song just want to share about what is e-commerce and what kind of e-commerce elements that you need to have it. So just a little bit about sharing about actually after, because people might actually concern that what is the next steps that probably I should do if I have the e-commerce. Is it means that when you're having the e-commerce, then your online will be flying, your revenue will be giving in? But actually no. So basically don't have this kind of mindset, because e-commerce is not, it is not a revenue generated immediately to you when you're setting up. No, actually it's a platform for you to handle, but the rest of the things that you need to put in more efforts. For example, digital marketing, like what Mr. Song just mentioned, and also a lot of kind of a channel like posting, social media, and branding especially. So you need to go on and have it done in correct way, so you can actually drive in more traffic to your e-commerce store. Then only you can make let the users make a purchase and know you. All right, so just a little bit a sharing about my end here. All right, okay. So I hope everyone can see my screen. Okay, so basically it's about, okay, let me see. All right. So from here, you can see that actually, I talk about Facebook. So Facebook actually, when you're sharing Facebook, it's not directly to your products only. So you can say something like tips. Okay, for example, this this company is like doing, selling like hardware inventory, so hardware tools. So basically, you won't keep on spamming your friends with the tools. This is hammer, this is screw, this is screwdriver. So it is not necessary to be doing so, because people are not going to to care about what kind of product is actually that you're posting, but they are more care about what kind of solutions that you can provide to me. Then hopefully I can from here to learn some things. Then in your sharing, I can learn something that I can go and buy from you, because you are the one that's sharing me. So I remember you are the one that that proposing to me, that I buy from you, that things that I set it up based on your tips. So basically this post is kind of like something like you use a corner, then because of you work from home, then probably you can set up your own, DIY your own from the corner, make it like your workspace. So how can you make it? Is like this whole video is like doing from step one until the end, that how can you change the place from here that to another one, which is quite impressive for me, because a girl that actually can do it their own by just having some kind of a simplified the tools. So on next is actually you can see, instead of like giving out, just kind of like voucher only, but maybe we can give something like for your kids. So for example, they give out a whole, the paper home for your kids, because every kid is staying at home all the time. So previously right now is going to be some part of your little kids also stay at home, okay, because of because the kindergarten is still not opening yet or what. So this is a good thing that people are like keen to go and take it. So what you gain actually from here is not lose revenue, but the thing is you gain awareness. From here you can see that a lot of sharing, a lot of comments that you can get from Facebook. So one thing that I would like to say is, remember, Facebook is a social platform. So it's not you can't treat Facebook as a selling platform, because if you treat Facebook as a selling platform, so basically your posting will be not benefits to your users. So may think about it. Try to make social engagement to your users, to your fans through Facebook. That is the main nature of Facebook. So Facebook will see if your post actually quite engaged and a lot of people are kind of comment and share. So that post is going to be boom out to everyone in the public. So if you're actually aware, when you're posting something that people are not keen to comment or like, so that post will be going down. Means that post will not go and viral and reach everyone. The reach people will be going down and stop there. So when that post is like keep on comment, keep on sharing, and Facebook, they know that, oh, this post is actually quite engaged. People are engaging with this post. This post is kind of interesting. So they will boom up and share to everyone that trying to reach with everyone that fit with this requirement. Okay, so remember this, Facebook is a social media engagement tools. All right. So basically from here you can do some interesting parts like giving asking questions about what kind of furniture that's suitable from this angle and that angle. You can vote it. So that asking for vote So basically, you are asking for engagement as well. And also, IKEA done a very good job about the appreciations. So the appreciation post about who raise the food on the table to make your home a space we're living in is our mom, is our parents that are actually keen to like still, because even we are work from home, but all the while your mom is actually work from home to prepare the food and everyone to to kids. So basically we use that as an appreciation. So what you gain is the appreciation, likes, and also the comments and share as well. So and also for social media, you actually need to be like immediate and attached to what is happening right now. So what you can see here is Domino. From the right, you can see that when PS5 is launching, so basically Domino's is having a very creative idea all the time. So you will like fit to what actually people are paying attention with, and then they fit their products with what is the latest trending. Okay, and this will get more attention, and people were aware on your brand. Oh, Domino will do something like crazy again, creative again. So I remember Domino. Everyone is on the mouth is a Domino pizza. So not means that you are Domino, but you always post Pizza Hut. You always post this pizza, that pizza we get, this flavor, that flavor. No, there's nothing to do with that, but they play around with it with creative idea of posting. All right. So just now I mentioned that how you're gonna post, right? So when you post this, but you didn't get any revenue. But the thing is, Facebook is very good that you have the tools that actually can gather all the likes, all the comments, people in a group. So you can set it as a target group that you can use to run your ads to target them to buy something. So from here, because you are getting the targeted group audience that actually you are looking for. For example, you're posting about the furniture. So a lot of people that keen to comment and so on. So mainly you can see that there are people that are interested in furniture that only will comment and share and like. So you can gather them up and then run another post that to target them with your products that kind of relevant to them. So that will be much more efficient that you direct straight away to post your products. So basically that is the short tips that I'm going to share. So, and the last thing is Facebook also even having the e-commerce that you can actually tag your product with your e-commerce store. So here, basically when you're setting up your store, it's not just like you run Facebook ads, you run Google ads, then also you drive traffic to your e-commerce store. It's not just that, but basically you can also play around with your post and then just tag it. Tag your product with your e-commerce store catalog, and people when interested on this, then when they click on that product, they will link to your e-commerce store and then they will buy from there. Okay, this is another kind of trendings that Facebook implemented, and we can actually utilize this, but not everyone actually knowing this. Okay, so the last thing I would like to say is create a reason, then call to action. Okay, yep.
Okay, thank you, Vickson. Oh, so it's so interesting that just now Mr. Song actually sharing with us about how to do the business online, but Vickson actually also sharing about how actually bring the image of a company to the consumer itself with a lot of details of information and example. And especially quite impressive is one of it is the Domino pizza. It actually make it dress it up like the flash speed, which is one of the topic in the market. Everyone talk about it. Actually, is a topic into the trends. So I believe that this is also Vickson also brings up one of idea is let us put ourselves into the shoe of a consumer, what they want to see rather than what we want them to know. Actually, if the customer, the consumer gets the attention to whatever you bring up, then they'll definitely be following you, or maybe purchase with you, or maybe have a longer term of a relationship. Thank you, Vickson, for the sharing. So let us have some discussion before we open some of the questions to the floor. For the MDEC. So there is one question that I would like to ask about this, and as right now there's a lot of incentive for the market, the SME business owner to take it, to apply for it. But one of the thing that might be one of the one of the barrier for them is some of them, they really don't know how to start with it. If let's say they get the incentive already, where can they actually get the assistance or the help? Whether the MDEC have some channel or the windows for them to approach so that they can actually learn how to kickstart this business through the digital marketing. Mr. Song?
Okay. Yeah, thank you for the questions. Very good questions. Yes, telling people how to go e-commerce, no need to tell already. People know want to go to e-commerce. Now it's about how to get started. Just now I saw there's one question, how do we choose the right e-commerce channel? First thing, how to choose. Choose means in this case, there's so many out there. Should I go to this particular platform and not the other? So one thing is to study your competitors, what your competitor is doing. And then after that, you must improve from there. Don't just study and then just follow on it, but you don't improve from there. So that's one way of doing it. So let's say if your competitors who are selling, you are selling what they call pen, and then your competitor is selling pen also online. So which platform that goes to, and then you can study and how many what do you call that pen seller in that particular, so that particular platform. So you roughly know. And then you try. Nowadays, most of the marketplaces are free for you to participate. So you try. So you know how to sell on Shopee pretty much. You also know how to sell on Lazada kind of thing. So you try, keep on trying until you find where is suitable. For example, if you are a restaurant owner and you want to go on sell online, either you go for Grab or Foodpanda example, right? So probably Foodpanda is very strong in one area and Grab is another. So you cannot say that it's always one is better than the other. So you have to try it out. Right, so then we talk about how. Good question just now. Just now I show you the PENJANA program. The PENJANA program has one very interesting and it's different from whatever the government has offered before. That is, we are doing it co-funded, meaning is that we put in $1, the industry put in $1, that we are co-fund the whole initiative. Not only that, for example, if you want to go on Grab, and then you want to sell, what do you call that, on Grab. You are a restaurant, you want to sell on Grab, or you are a hawker center, you want to sell on Grab. So what will happen is Grab has a series of support. So not only we just say, oh, okay, here is a voucher, go ahead and do it yourself. But no, in this case, there is sales support. There is also other services like how to do your, basically there are three main things, right? How to sell, how to collect money, how to deliver. So all these things will be taught. Not taught, I would say they will be shown to you and hold your hands for each of these platforms. All these platforms will have some what you call program for you. So if you want to go to Lazada or Shopee, they also have a support system to ensure that you participate and know how to do each step until you get online and sell. And not only that, we will have coupon and voucher for you. For example, delivery service, there will be some of them, not all, will offer free delivery service for you. Meaning is that when you sell, and during this time, there will be some deliveries voucher for you, and then you can use this voucher to engage a delivery service, and that will save you some money. We understand during this COVID time, every dollar is meaning what you call important for you. That goes back to your profit margin. So now is a good time, because especially for you who are new into e-commerce, you start selling. When you start selling, you may have cash flow issue because you sell and then you collect. So and then your margin when you want to compete can be very challenging. So right now there is some incentives, there's some training, some incentive for you, so that not only you become skillful, but also to maximize your margin. So to answer to your questions, this PENJANA program not only just say, hey, come on board and sell online, but it actually have training, it has sales support, it has sales incentive to help you as well. So go online, go to the web, the link that I shared with you just now, and then you'll find out more. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Song. And Vickson, also one question for you. From your experience, how do you think that the SMEs can avoid those issues that may directly affect the business, the company's operation? For example, some of the company, they face some insufficient bandwidth due to some infrastructure in that area. And some have security, which nowadays some of the traditional business owner, they actually feel concerned about doing the business online. So the second thing is the security wise, and also the privacy or maybe technological, that we always heard that some of the system hacked by someone, and then all the company's data actually gone. So in today's world, especially today, is this still happening quite often? And whether there's any solution or any advanced technology that actually helping the clients and the business owner?
Yep, great questions. So to publics, right? So to who listening here, so what I would advise is most of our customers, what I would say is it keep happenings in terms of the securities. It's not saying that every single party is not strong, but it's actually the behaviors. So what I would say is the behaviors of the owners or the web designers that helping to build that web design, the e-commerce store. So basically the behavior is you have to maintain updates. So always what kind of tools, no matter what kind of tools that you are using, no matter what kind of content management and CMS that you are using, ensure that you have the latest release, you must update it. Not saying that you build it up and then you just let it go and let it stay on the old versions until the end. So if you are letting that, so probably you will get targeted by the hackers. So because that is some opportunity that left out, because that's the reason why they updated to the latest versions. So what I can see here is most of the users is like they miss out. They are not caring. I mean, they are not paying attention on here. So they just want to drive business to keep on having the existing website to running on. They keep on updating our front end, but they actually miss out the back end. So what I would say is backend is also important. Make sure that you update the versions and also the password. So every time we keep on reminding, password have to be including how many characters, how many numbers, big capital and small capitals, not just like ABC, not just like 1, 2, 3, it's like that. No, basically a lot of SMEs are not aware on that until the impacts has been happening in their company. Then only they're aware, oh, I previously because I easy remember, so I use a simple password. So basically that one is very simple and simple things that people are keen to forget because they want it to be easier. So basically, if you are the one that maintaining your online business, you will have a key. Like for Mac, you are having a keychain to store your passwords for every single things, including your bank keychains or including your web login keychains. So that one you have to use that to remember it. Then when it's for your convenience way, you just use it and apply, but not using your brain to remember the password, because you hardly to remember there will be a lot of password that you need to remember. Because e-commerce platform is not just one single password that you can do everything. There's a lot of things that you need to connect with, like API and so on. Okay, then you need a lot of access to connect it. Then you have to make it secure. So from here, right, if you're having sufficient on this kind of a method, so basically you need to choose the right hosting company, or you need to choose a right web design company that to help you with. So basically when you're choosing the people that to help you to build your web design or e-commerce store, basically you have to be aware that not to say you have to based on their ratings, you have to base on word of mouth, how is the services, how reliable they are, and how good they are. Not just comparing the price. To be honest, don't just comparing price because of you want to build a website. Oh, they offer me just 300, you offer me a few thousands. So there is a reason why they charge so high. So you have to be aware on that and make a decision based on the branding and reviews and the customers. So you need to judge on that, because you are putting your revenue tools to them. You are not just simply playing a mamasa with your websites. It's not just you're not just setting up your website. It's just like that only. You have to trust with a reliable company to help you to maintain that. So basically, this will have to be aware and have to be take notes on that. Yep.
Okay, thank you, Vickson. As recently, I actually talked to quite a numbers of business owners out there, especially those traditional businessmen. I agree with you, because their mindset is still stay on the what we call they call the website as an e-commerce. So they still use the website mindset to actually attract the people, and hopefully people will go to visit their website and do whatever things to promote in the website. But actually at the back end part, there's a lot more than that they actually need to do.
Yep.
Only to maintain the business physically, but actually the back end they still need to maintain it. So thanks. Of course, the questions is open to both of you as speakers. So if let's say Mr. Song have something to input, you can actually do so, and Vickson also can answer the questions as previously answered by Song. So anything you want to input from Song? If not, we'll open the questions from the floor to answer.
I think we open to the floor because I think we don't have much time, so let's answer as much as possible.
Okay. Is there any question from Facebook?
Yeah, I saw some question there. So it says that, in your opinion, is applying e-commerce is today business must? So this is a question. I think most people will say yes, but I think it's very much depends. But one thing for sure is that at least you must be discoverable on internet. Example, if you are operating a gourmet restaurant and you are so good in your food, with your food, you maybe no need to have e-commerce website. That means you don't need to to have transaction online. E-commerce, when we talk about e-commerce, is there's shopping cart involved. You may not need to have that, but at least you need to be discoverable. Meaning is that people can find you, because nowadays first thing we want to what do you call that, buy, or first thing is we look at our phone and search. And then so you must be found online. Second thing is there must be review to talk how good are you. Then they attract them to come to your shop. Probably in that case, you don't need e-commerce per se, because you don't need transaction online, but you definitely need to be discovered online. Probably Facebook or whatever that is, or your own website. So that though in those situations, probably not so much an e-commerce per se, but at least discover online. So I think that is
to support further Mr. Song question, the answers, right? So you can actually apply Google by Business. So Google by Business is one of the location strategies that you can plot. You can plot your location, your restaurant locations into Google, that you can get found. So basically and another thing is create your Facebook fan page. So when you're creating your Facebook fan page, you can actually put in your address. Then probably in Facebook, people are able to tag you. So, and another third option is you build your websites. It's not e-commerce, but build your websites. So your website is a branding website. You have to build your own branding instead of e-commerce. So you have really like showing your restaurants how is the interior and exterior, and showing your menus on your website. So probably there will be much more helpful in terms of people are looking for your restaurant. They will see, oh, this is quite well maintained, and they are having a very good branding in terms of the website presentations and so on. They are more being convinced that to try your food through. Instead of just the pictures, but they have a very very well branding awareness to be built with. Yep.
Okay, thank you for the answer. And Hava and Bernice, any question from the floor? Any other questions?
Okay, let me see. In your opinion,
what do you think in the future, if a SME develop more capability to the young generation and improve their performance to maximize value? So the question is more on how to develop more young generations to involve in this e-commerce to maximize the value. So I think MDEC also have some kind of this kind of efforts to the younger generation, right?
Yes, MDEC, we have e-usahawan programs that help to develop the younger generations, especially those, we call it e-usahawan muda, where we trained young, what you call university students or about to graduate to get into e-commerce. So we have those training. But I want to address the questions differently. Because he said that his SME developed that more capability. I think very critical, the business owner out there, especially those who are already in business for some years, they must recognize that the e-commerce, pretty much the young people has an advantage because of their being exposed to e-commerce. So you have to somehow give support to the young people to do, to give way to them. Yes, you can give them business, knowledge to them, but pretty much how to operate the online, give them freedom to do something. Because otherwise, if you always use your own ideas and say that this one cannot be done, that one cannot be done, you are not giving the chance to your people. I think very important, you must give chance, because what cannot be done before doesn't mean now cannot be done. Because last time, for example, if I come and tell you, Roy, and say, hey Roy, if I give 50 ringgit to you, can you allow a stranger to come and stay in your house? To the old people will say that, hey, no, 50 ringgit, no. But look at Airbnb, pretty much this is what is happening, right? So why nowadays can? Because now Facebook allowed them to look through who is the guy who come and what do you call that, stay in my house. Pretty much I can scan through the guy before I allow him to come to my house first, right? So that kind of what you call that support system was not there to allow that to happen maybe 20 years ago. But now technology and ecosystem players, service provider allow that to happen. So don't use the old mindset to judge what can or cannot be done. You have to let the young people, in this case, to really bring value, new value, to your business. If you're not, somebody else will disrupt your business if it's not your own young employees. That's how I see it, right? Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Song. So we have another 2 minutes to go. So I'm sorry that Mr. Vickson. Okay, Mrs. Vickson, I can't see you now. But anyhow, thank you very much for two speakers for today who share with us your information and experience on this topic. So thank you very much for the audience on the website and Facebook. Please to subscribe to the channel and also visit our eFair for today. And we have upcoming webinar soon, which is started at 3 o'clock. Please stay on the page. Thank you very much. See you. Bye.
Yep. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Bye.